Jim, you were just saying that there's a lot of excitement going on that people can't even
Yeah, there's
grasp.
so much. We talked a little bit about coming to New York a couple of weeks ago now, to meet with Gary and the team and to talk through a little bit less creative and a little bit more of just kind of the business marketing, what's coming up in the next 6 months and the next year for us. And that's a lot. That's a lot of energy and a lot to think about. And, part of the excitement for me with being with VeeFriends is beyond the creative, right? This is a really different experience for me. Like I've spent 25 years sitting at the drawing table doing the creative part. This is a chance to kind of like even take a longer view of comics. I was telling my wife about the experience of the getaway, the couple of days when we were meeting, and I told her I had no idea how much I don't know about comics, and that's really exciting.
You mean
you
like the
know,
business side of it,
just
or
all of it, the sales, the business, the distribution. I have a lot of experience in comics, obviously, but it's on a different scale. This is a major publisher. This is kind of going through traditional channels. It's building new channels. It's a lot of stuff on a scale that I just have not been a part of. And it's really exciting. I've gone through a lot of phases as a fan of comics, as a reader. And I always tell people, if you get tired of, whatever comic books you're reading, look for other comics. And I've done that myself many, many times, right? I grew up reading Marvel and DC and loved that stuff for years. And then I got tired of it and I found alternative comics, and I spent
yeah,
years and years and years reading alternative comics and loved that. And then as I got tired of it, start reading manga, start reading web comics. And I kind of feel like for a creative, anytime you can mix that up, it's fantastic. And that's what this experience has been for me, is just a lot of new stuff after 25 years. I can't tell you how exciting it is to actually be doing a lot of stuff where it's like, all right, give me,
yeah.
let's
Go.
figure out how to do this thing I've never even really thought about before. And, you mentioned I wrote Adventurous Astronaut. This is
Yeah,
the first time I've written a comic for another artist to draw. And I'm super excited to talk to that other artist, Ben, today. I
yeah,
think we're going to have a really great episode today, some cool stuff planned. But to your point, there is so much energy around at least my practice right now. I'm, writing and drawing a new book right now for VeeFriends. I can't give any details away, but I can tell you that it is really going great. Last week, I did 4 pages complete, from layout to finished color, lettering, drawing, all of it. This week, I wrapped up line work on page 4 today. This is day 4 of the week, so I'm hoping for a page a day output this week. So,
which is nuts.
I'm sure you've experienced this, DJ. People that are watching at home, if you have some kind of creative, job or hobby or something that you have some creative output, what it's like whenever you're in that flow, in that zone where it's just coming. It feels like you are doing it right whenever that's happening. And that's what I'm in the middle of. That's what you're catching me in right now. By
Yeah,
the way, I quit coffee 6 months ago. So this is not me being hyped up on caffeine.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just creatively right now, things are really humming along. And, that's a palpable feeling, I think. So it's pretty
yeah,
exciting from my point of view. And I'm so excited to actually talk about some of the stuff that I've been doing. I've only been at VeeFriends, I think this is 4 months. Um,
yeah.
a lot of that stuff, we release these books in a very deliberate way to promote them as they get released. I haven't had a chance to really share any of this. And
I
today's
know.
really the first day I get to start talking about it and start showing the world what I've been working on. So
It's going to be a nonstop train too. I know,
can't
like,
wait.
even us when we were in New York a little bit ago and doing breakfast and dinner together, it was just like nonstop. Like, what about this idea? What about, oh shoot, like this plot, and like the pieces that Gary gives us. We were like, whoa, wait, wait, wait. What if we do? And like we're still doing that, to this day. Almost every day we're like jamming back and forth.